something that happened during the game that pissed people off, but I'm just going to tell you it wasn't the worst part of the game. So on Anthony Richardson's second drive, the Colts' second drive of the game in the first quarter, they go and they score a touchdown, hands the ball off to the running back. The running back scores a touchdown, and it's a tie ball game. And then the Colts players are celebrating, and Anthony Richardson goes into the end zone and starts doing the bird, right, the flying motion. And a lot of Eagles fans were getting upset with that. And the reason why they were getting upset about that is because, like, number one, they thought it was disrespectful. And number two, it was because he didn't even score the touchdown. I'm not worried about that at all. Okay, let me just put it like this. I don't take the preseason that seriously to the point where I'm going to worry about a new guy who he led a drive to score a touchdown. He's excited about it. This is his third ever NFL game. He's excited about it. I've said that 2 times already. I'm just not worried about that. That's just not something that I'm in any way worried about. Like, let him have his fun. I guess you could say it's kind of disrespectful, but I mean, I don't know how many games the Colts are going to win this year, but it's something that he decided to do. And many players have done it. Hines Ward did it once, I remember, but that wasn't at the link. He did the bird. I mean, it's all in good fun. It's just the preseason. It's supposed to be a fun atmosphere. The part of it that kind of I thought was embarrassing. I thought it was absolutely embarrassing. I did think it was embarrassing that the Eagles' third and fourth stringers were outplaying the Colts starters. That was embarrassing. But the Colts weren't a good team last year, and they need a culture change. So they're a rebuilding football team for a reason. What I thought was embarrassing was the fact that at the end of the game, Colts players were going up to this camera that was made by their social media account, mugging for the camera like they won a football game, like they won the Super Bowl, like they won the AFC Championship game, like they were second place in their conference, because I know that they have a banner that shows that they were the runner-up of the American Football Conference. That's embarrassing, dude. That's just something that I just look at and I'm just like, I'm embarrassed for you that you did that. Like, I know that some of these guys, they might not make the football team. This might be their last chance to ever win a football game. I know the guys were trying out there. I know both teams' guys were trying out there. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're either trying to make a football team or they're trying to put tape out so that they can join a practice squad. I know that. And believe you me, I know that. I know how this works. I've been watching football for more than 2 decades. But that's embarrassing. That's absolutely embarrassing. Like they were treating it like it was their Super Bowl. They were cheering about it like they had just won a big football game. I guess that as a fan, like, you're looking at this team's aspirations of, we want to win the division. We want to go far in the playoffs. And then I'm looking across at a team they're like, we're just trying to win a few games this year. I don't know. That's embarrassing to me. I think that even if I was a fan of a team that had done as bad as the Colts did last year in winning 4 football games and going through the whole fiasco of firing your offensive coordinator, then firing your head coach, and then hiring an ESPN analyst who used to play center for you, and then putting all the pressure on him to succeed, and he didn't succeed at all, and now I'm in the situation where I have a new head coach and a new team and a new quarterback. That's never happened to me. So maybe that is what the Colts players needed in order to move up in the ranks and kind of consider themselves to be a bit of a contender, maybe gain some confidence. Maybe. But here's the fact of the matter. Your starters played badly. That's not subjective. That is objective. In the first, remember last year when the Eagles, like third stringers, were playing against the Miami Dolphins, and the Miami Dolphins absolutely destroyed them? Do you remember that? I remember that because I watched the game. Or I tried my best to watch the game. They were killing us. And the reason why they were killing us is because Miami Dolphins, they're a good football team. And they were a good football team back then. Their season last year got derailed for multiple reasons. But looking at it, the Colts, they weren't a good football team last year. And they don't look like a good football team right now. If the Eagles' third stringers are handling them in that specific way, I don't know how much there is to hope for the Indianapolis Colts season. I'm not going to say that they suck as a football team. I'm not going to come out and say that they're a bad team. But you should not be overpowered by backups. You should not be overpowered by third stringers in any way, shape, or form. You should have been slaughtering them. You shouldn't have even been allowed any points at all. But you did. The Eagles were winning at one point, which shouldn't happen. That's inexcusable. And if I was a fan of the Indianapolis Colts in that situation and I saw my players do that, dude, I'd be ripping them on social media, dude. I just know myself personally. I'm not upset at all that Anthony Richardson was doing fly, Eagles fly in the end zone. That doesn't upset me at all. In fact, keep doing that. Keep doing it. I wish he had played the whole game. Keep doing it. If that's the confidence that you need to go further, good for you. But seeing players mug for a camera in the final preseason game when the Eagles pretty much always lose preseason games. The Eagles have a more playoff or preseason losses than they do preseason wins. So it's just not impressive, and it looks pathetic and foolish. That's my take on it.